What's up everybody, welcome to another episode of the greatest vlog in the world. My name is Jeff. Yes?
We have an intro already.
We have an intro already?
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
Well, hello guys. Welcome to a very special edition of our vlogs. This is a bit of a food vlog. My name is Fabio. I'm a tour guide with Hit the Road and I do food tours with Shut Up and Eat. Today we're at in São Roque, my hometown, I guess you could say. There's a food fair going on today with very typical Madeiran meals and I guess we can say a very typical Madeiran kind of party. I first must apologize a little bit for my voice, but this is what happens when you work a lot. Right now, we're gonna go talk to Luís Reis. He's the organizer of this event, and we'll see what he has to say. Come with me.
Esta é a Feira Gastronómica de São Roque, é a quarta edição. Como trabalho na rádio e como tenho vários programas de gastronomia, achei que era interessante fazer uma feira gastronómica na freguesia onde eu vivo. Durante estes anos temos trazido, para além da animação musical, trazemos bandas de vários géneros musicais, mas sempre com o intuito de mostrar a gastronomia. Este ano trouxemos um chefe de cozinha que trabalha numa instituição social, trabalha na Casa do Povo de São João de Deus. Um cozinheiro que cozinha por dia 1100 refeições. Trouxemos a escola de hotelaria, com um chefe da escola de hotelaria e os seus alunos. Ontem tivemos aqui o chefe de mais 5 alunos, mostrar também a nova juventude, o futuro da gastronomia, o futuro da nossa hotelaria. Trouxemos um restaurante, o Desarma, do Forvius, que este ano ganhou recentemente uma estrela Michelin. Também ter outra dimensão da gastronomia durante os 4 anos fechado. Todas as feiras com o chefe Yves Gauthier, que é um dos nossos amigos, que desde o princípio abraçou este projeto e que muito simpaticamente vem todos os anos aqui a esta feira gastronómica, que é isto que vamos assistir hoje. O chefe Yves Gauthier será provavelmente um dos melhores chefes de cozinha da Europa e com esta disponibilidade e com esta humildade vem sempre nos presentear com a sua sabedoria em ensinar. Ele também é professor, ele também dá aulas. Para nós é tudo muito bom porque temos um bom fim de semana de animação, boa gastronomia, de convívio. É isso que nós, e com este tempo, que é isso que a Madeira nos dá.
Today we're talking about hidden gems and I hope you guys are actually enjoying this vlog. I don't know what Fabio's been telling you, alright? And we're gonna go back there in a second. I don't want to steal the show. But you know, everybody talks about Fanal, for instance, the Fanal forest, and Fanal is beautiful, it's gorgeous. I'm not hating on Fanal, not like I hate on Cascata dos Anjos, right? But Fanal is gorgeous, of course. But there are other places that have these huge trees, and this is one of them. You know, we're in the middle of the Laudi Silva forest in Boaventura. I know it's not a hidden gem anymore. Everyone's gonna be like, well, it's not a hidden gem anymore. But even then, we've already made like, I don't know how many videos here. It's on the Visit Madeira site. It's all over the internet and nobody comes here anyway because everybody's interested in what is popular. And we're gonna talk about this, okay? So we're gonna talk about hidden gems today and what you wanna see and these kind of things. And you know, we're gonna get into that. I think we've already changed Margarita's mind, hey? Levados Cedros? It's now Levados Torres. Anyway, just around the corner is one of my favorite places. Follow me. We've arrived. Over here behind us is one of my favorite spots on the whole island. All right, I love this place. This little bridge, all right, it's not the most beautiful bridge, okay, it's made from steel and cement, but the fact that they built this is part of the Levada architecture, and of course this is, if not our most important, one of the most important Levadas. It's the longest Levada on the island, 108 kilometers, if I'm not mistaken. Again, You know, I'm not a school boy, so I don't know all of the facts, but I have been here many times before, and I just love this place, and I want to show you on the back end. It's really beautiful. He's figured it out already.
Hey guys, I'm here with Walter Lopes, the owner of Churrascaria São Roque. We're gonna just have a little chat with him, alright? Conta-nos pedacinho aqui deste espaço, a Churrascaria São Roque, e qual é o conceito?
Um projeto que apareceu em 2019, nós estamos aqui há quase há 5 anos. E é um projeto virado para aquilo que é a comida tradicional madeirense, ou seja, nós trabalhamos apenas com espetadas. Temos um misto aqui de espetadas, espetada de vaca, que é a tradicional, a espetada de porco. Temos também uma espetada de porco, vinha de alhos, que é uma comida muito tradicional dos madeirenses. Umas asas de frango e umas salsichas. Esta é a nossa carta ao nível das carnes. Mas temos como acompanhamento as batatas fritas caseiras. Nós privilegiamos muito o produto caseiro. Milho frito, que também é caseiro, é uma comida bastante comum também dos madeirenses. Saladinhas, temos também o bolo caco,
Claro,
entradas, que é...
A típica refeição madeirense.
Exatamente, a típica refeição madeirense.
Uma casa tipicamente madeirense.
Nós marcamos a diferença no nosso conceito porque nós levamos à mesa aquilo que melhor nós temos, mas também nós colocamos o cliente a viver uma experiência diferente daquilo que é normal. Nós colocamos as carnes cruas na mesa e o cliente tem a oportunidade de viver uma experiência ali no braseiro em que pode colocar a sua carne ao ponto que mais gosta, porque há pessoas que gostam de carne mais bem passada, outras menos bem passada. E aqui os clientes no fundo vivem a sua experiência e colocam as carnes ao ponto que mais gostam. É um restaurante mais informal, mas que também é muito familiar. Eu costumo dizer às vezes aos meus amigos que para vir comer aqui uma espetada São Roque, qual é a diferença de ir comer aos outros restaurantes? É que aqui tu só não vais ao supermercado, nem lavas a louça, porque tudo o resto
está tudo feito.
Tudo o resto tu fazes. Existem mais negócios cá na Madeira que têm conceitos parecidos a este e que apareceram primeiro do que este, só que este no fundo diferencia-se naquilo que são os acompanhamentos, o serviço à mesa, de comer sentado, estás num espaço bastante rústico, que também faz com que a nossa comida se diferencie também, porque o espaço é bastante acolhedor.
Bastante familiar. A typical Madeira meal. Alright guys, now that we're done with this delicious meal, it's time to go someplace else because we're at work. Doesn't look like it, but we're at work.
This is one of my favorite trees. Don't tell the other trees that I have favorites, okay? But when you take a photo of this tree, it just looks awesome. You see that? Hey? Love it. I want to give a quick analogy about hidden gems in Madeira. When we started our hiking tours, remember we started our hiking tours in 2014, all right? So it's not something that we're just starting now. We're relaunching our hiking tours, and this hike was on the first 4 hikes that we had when we launched. We put this on the program because it was a hidden gem, right? Nobody was doing it. I don't think anyone was selling it at the time. Even now, there aren't many other people selling this hike. There's the Nomads that I know of, and you know, good on you guys. But when it comes to an official tour company and these kinds of things, and again, I'm not hating on anyone, maybe 1 or 2 other companies do it. We launched these hiking trips with only hidden gems, all right? And no one was booking. Myself and Lisa decided, okay, we need to put the peaks on there and we need to put 25 fonts on there as well. And we devised a way to do it so that we could still do what we do at Hit the Road and what we do at the Big Walk, which is run away from the groups and see a mixture of popular attractions and hidden gems. Remember, what you're gonna see on 80%, 90% of what you're gonna see on Instagram and online and influencers and things like this. It's all the same stuff, all right? And it's all the popular attractions, okay? I want to go to Madeira, but I don't want to see the popular things. I don't want to do the tourist things. It's like they are popular for a reason. They are beautiful, right? So, one, don't believe everything you see on Instagram when they say that a hidden gem is Seychelles Beach and Cascata dos Anjos. It's not a hidden gem, all right? Don't believe people that have been here for 1 week, all right, or 2 weeks or something and don't even speak Portuguese, and they're gonna tell you what the hidden gems of Madeira are. Like, really? Is that possible? That you can go to a place that you've never been to, that you don't know, and with just a little bit of research, you're gonna find out the hidden gem, the real hidden gems of this place, as according to a local that's lived here for many years, that speaks the local language, for instance. I'm not hating, okay? I know this is a controversial topic, but this is what I wanted to mention, is that it's not all about hidden gems. You don't want to only see hidden gems. And yeah, that's about it. I feel like I've said hidden gems like way too many times, but this is, like you can see, one of my favorite parts of the island. I just love this whole scenario, and we're gonna carry on going. Maybe we'll switch back to São Roque. You know, I don't know what's going on there. I hope it's going well. If you guys are liking this, then like and subscribe. You're gonna get more of Madeira stuff, less blabbing. Let's go see more things.
Let's go see how poncha is made, guys, shall we? Right here. Strawberry and lime poncha. Very good. Freshly made, as ponchas should be made. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this special kind of vlog. I know I'm not Jeff, but you had to deal with me. So if anything, this is my first time doing this. Just complain to him. All right, I hope you guys really enjoyed. I really enjoy bringing people over to my hometown and show them a little bit of what I grew up with. So if you'd be interested on it, every time you visit Madeira, go to shutupandeatmadeira.com and book a tour with this ugly guy right here. And I will see you guys with some food and some drinks. Take care.
As you can probably tell, there's a lot going on in our small tour company. It's exciting times. I'm very excited. We're launching the food business, the hiking business. We're having a great time doing it. And if you're curious about how to find all of this, then I'm only going to lead you to one place in today's video, which is our Patreon account. And if you check in the link in the description, in our Patreon account, you're going to find a video which is about your first time in Madeira, and I basically break down on a whiteboard what I think people should know for their first time in Madeira after leading a tour business for 14 years on this island. So I think, I know what I'm talking about. I don't know, it's my opinion. There are other opinions out there anyway. I came to the conclusion that the real hidden gems of Madeira are the people, right? Think about it when you go somewhere, one of your most, when you go on vacation somewhere and you have a connection with some local people, that's going to be your best night. The night you had roasted chicken or whatever in the barbecue with a bunch of locals that you met and you're having fun with these guys, that's the hidden gem. I have a little bit of, there's a little bit of drama going on in the social circles. If you guys go into like the Facebook groups and things like that, it's becoming harder and harder to find the real, true, hidden gems, because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the only things that you would find online, and maybe even 30 years ago, were the good things, right? But now everybody's online and everybody's an expert, right? So you go into one of these groups and say, I want to find the hidden gems, and you're gonna get this list of things. And it's only gonna make your life tougher, all right? Because you're gonna get everybody's hidden gems, and that's going to be difficult. What I'm going to recommend is for you to, when you get here, is to actually interact with the local people and take a tour or two, all right? Yes, I'm a tour guide. Yes, I'm selling my fish. Yes, I'm selling you tours on this channel. It's our channel, and this is what we do to put bread on the table. So this is my opinion. If you want to listen to an influencer who's been here for a week and wants you to buy their map or their ebook or whatever, great. You know, if you trust them over us, then go ahead and do it. It's a free market, you know, I'm not going to be complaining about this stuff. But what I do want to say is that when you get in touch with these locals, that's when you're going to find you know, the true hidden gems. I hope you guys thought Fabio did a good job. I don't know. Hey, what do you think, Margarida?
You did a great job.
You did a great job? All right, cool. Then on that bombshell, we'll see you next week. Margarida? She doesn't know, she's new. She doesn't know it. You don't watch our vlogs, do you? So this is when I say Margarida and you say, let's hit the road. You thought, yeah, so on that bombshell, Margarida?
Let's hit the road.
Let's hit the road. Right, huh?